Billboard interviewed two colossal country music stars, and the musicians' comments sent people raging. Some people cheered them on enthusiastically, while many had outbursts of anger and disbelief. People could not believe what they heard from the two country stars. The Billboard interview happened about almost 2 weeks after the Las Vegas shooting that took the lives of 58 victims when an alleged lone wolf shot from 2 broken windows of the Mandalay Bay hotel. Many lives were lost, boss injured, and friends and family left scrambling for cover and answers about one of the worst shootings in American history. People still don't know what truly happened that day in Las Vegas and were always looking for the truth. That day brought upon the liberal call for gun control. Before boss were picked up off the pavement, the liberals and hardcode inhumane acting Democrats were already calling for crazy, unrealistic levels of gun control. Victims still rested upon the cold hard surface of the earth, and far leftists already pounded the pavement on Twitter, acting as they cared about the victims but really wanted to push their agenda for gun control. Never mind the people behind the trigger, they just want to be in control of the weaponry and push the nonsense ideas around. Let's not mention false flags because that's an entirely different topic, but it's one of those connected possibilities in the back of our minds. Billboard's interview with Faith Hill and Tim McGraw showed us exactly what it's like to fall for the leftist trap and run your mouth about liberal-level gun control. Never mind the number of records, hits, and wonderful performances the married country music couple has under the blue-studded belts. The comments they spouted in the interview trump everything they've done before. The comments were subtle but raised a few eyebrows from many of the fans. Billboard interviewed the country star couple and talked about gun control. Here's what the result was. Country stars, on average, are more liberal than the fans, and most keep the political opinions to themselves to avoid alienating anyone. Speaking less than 2 weeks after a man with an arsenal of legally purchased military-grade guns shot and ate 58 people at the Route 91 Harvest Festival in Las Vegas, but before the Sutherland Springs, Texas, church shooting that had 26, McGraw and Hill both make it clear they support gun control. "Look, I'm a bird hunter, I love to wingsuit," says McGraw. However, there is some common sense that's necessary when it comes to gun control. They want to make it about the Second Amendment every time it's brought up. It's not about the Second Amendment. Hill adds, in reference to the tragedy in Las Vegas, "We knew a lot of people there. The doctors that treated the wounded, they saw wounds like you'd see in war. That's not right. Military weapons should not be in the hands of civilians. It's everyone's responsibility, including the government and the National Rifle Association, to tell the truth. We all want a safe country. It's probably safe to say that everyone in the country supports gun control on some level. That means most people agree to background checks and any method to ensure guns stay out of the hands of evil criminals, measures that are already in place. To many, it means being able to control your gun. It means owning your weapon legally, safely, and not committing a crime with your firearm. There's probably about 300 million guns in America, and most of them are not committing horrible crimes. The only times that a gun is involved in a crime is when there's an evil person behind the trigger. If the evil within a person cannot attain a gun, then they'll be at the local library researching how to make bombs, or blowing people up with fire, or stabbing someone, or driving a vehicle through a crowd. An evil person will commit horrible and murderous acts with any tool they can get in their hands. It doesn't matter if it's a gun or not. Over 3,000 people died when the Twin Towers were destroyed, and there wasn't a gun used that day. Did anyone call for plane control? McGraw mentions gun control of military-style weapons, but it seems like he forgets that a person can fire a handgun as fast as they can fire a semi-automatic weapon. Any gun that shoots one shot at a time, whether big or small, is still one shot at a time. Just because a gun looks like it's military caliber and appears to be scary to some people, one must remember that some of those types of weapons only fire one shot at a time, thus making them a lot more scary in appearance than they are in reality. McGraw needs to remember that the same people buying his country music may be gun-loving Americans who do not commit crimes with the firearms. It's okay to want gun control, but not to control one's guns. Hard-working Americans who follow the laws should not be punished for the crimes of a few evil people. McGraw and Hill likely irritated a lot of people during this interview. McGraw wants common-sense gun control. ISNT common sense to not shoot someone in the first place from the web powered by Zergnet. This figure skating move was too provocative for the Olympics. Olympic figure skater handles wardrobe malfunction perfectly. The real reason you don't hear about Leanne Rimes anymore. Snowboarder breaks his neck in terrifying crash at Olympics. Here's who Jackie Kennedy thought had her husband killed. The real reason Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux split.